Hey guys, this is Ryan Lina. You may remember me from the podcast with Rich talking about the Hartford County comedy scene. Well, I'm here to tell you the tickets are on sale now for my first ever live comedy special taping, Ryan Lina, The Silliest Goose, at the Havre de Grace State Theater on March 15th. It's going to be a night of food, drinks, laughter, and good times. Bring your friends, your family, your spouse, your enemies. I don't care. As long as they like to laugh, they're going to want to see the show. Tickets are available at bigtimingcomedy.com/events. Again, that's bigtimingcomedy.com/events. Buy some tickets and we'll see you on the 15th. And now, back to the show.
Hey everyone, it's Rich Bennett. Can you believe it? The show is turning 10 this year. I am so grateful for each and every one of you who've tuned in, shared an episode, or even joined the conversation over the years. You're the reason that this podcast has grown into what it is today. Together, we've shared laughs, tears, and moments that truly matter. So I want to thank you for being part of this journey. Let's make the next 10 years even better.
Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Hartford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch
It's probably the least sexy part of the organization. No. The truth is...
Welcome to Conversations with Rich Bennett. I'm your host, Rich Bennett. And today, we're diving into something a little different. Today is March 17th, 2025, St. Patrick's Day. And this episode is all about St. Patrick's Day, a day filled with tradition, myths, celebrations, and plenty of green. So much green, my beard's actually dyed green. Whether you're Irish or Irish at heart, there's something special about this day that brings people together. So, who exactly was St. Patrick? Many people think he was Irish, but believe it or not, St. Patrick was actually born in Britain in the late 4th century. He was captured and enslaved in Ireland at just 16 years old and escaped 6 years later. But something incredible happened. Patrick felt called to return to Ireland, this time to bring Christianity to the Irish people. He spent his life spreading messages of faith, hope, and unity. But let's talk about some of the most famous legends about St. Patrick. We've all heard the story about how he banished snakes from Ireland, right? Well, that's a fascinating myth. The reality? There were never snakes in Ireland to begin with. But the snakes symbolize the driving out of paganism and the introduction of Christianity. So now, how did this religious celebration become such a lively event all around the world? Irish immigrants, especially here in America, used the day to proudly showcase their heritage. Today, St. Patrick's Day parades and festivities have become global phenomena. Think about New York City's massive parade, or better yet, the dyeing of the Chicago River vibrant green. It's a day where we're all a little bit Irish. And speaking of green, do you know why we wear green on St. Patrick's Day? See, originally blue was associated with St. Patrick, but green took over due to Ireland's nickname, the Emerald Isle, and the green stripe on the Irish flag symbolizing Irish nationalism. Legend also says wearing green makes you invisible to leprechauns, who would pinch anyone they could see. So you might want to keep that in mind and sport your green attire. And speaking of green attire, so like I said, I got my beard or goatee, I guess you could say, dyed green. Got my green Boston Scally. Of course, the green clothes, except for the pants. I'm not wearing green pants, but green shirt. And it's a family tradition for us because my father was very, very big into St. Patrick's Day, loved his Irish heritage and everything. And my father passed away on March 15th, actually 20 years ago. So for his viewing at the funeral home, and I'll never forget this, A lot of people will never forget it. It's the first time I've ever seen, I guess you could say, was tailgating at the funeral home, because when people would come to pay the respects, me and my older brother, Terry, were sitting out in the parking lot, and before people could go in, they either had to drink a Budweiser, which at the time was my father's favorite beer, or do a shot of, I believe we had scotch. Dad loves scotch. I don't think he was a big fan of Irish whiskey, but he loved his scotch. And then they could go in. And funeral home, they didn't say anything. My family, all of us, well, except for my older brother now since he's passed, but my sister, my other brother, all the spouses, the kids, the grandkids, we start with breakfast in the morning. All wearing our green, of course. And then from there, we head to the cemetery where mom and dad are, and my first daughter. So we'll go there. I got to admit, it looks kind of strange, and I haven't seen anybody else do it. We'll sit there at the gravesite with a cooler full of beer and drink to dad, except for mom. Mom, my sister brings a cup of coffee for mom and puts that there. And we'll sit there and have a beer with dad and mom, and then we'll walk over to where my daughter is and have a beer with her. Then from there, now keep in mind, we do have a designated driver, so not everybody is drinking. And I'm not a big fan of Budweiser anyways. Sorry, Dad. And then from there, we head to the local dive bar, the Dugout, actually, and we'll spend some time there and play shuffleboard and pool and just have a good time. It's one of the times that the family gets together. And then from there, we usually head to Havre de Grace for dinner. And it's a whole day of celebration, memories, and making new memories. And we love it. It's something I think everybody in the family looks forward to every year. And actually here in Maryland, St. Patrick's Day is always celebrated with energy and enthusiasm and, of course, memories. From local pubs like Looney's and Sean Boland's, offering traditional Irish fare and live music to community events and parades. It's a wonderful opportunity for all of us to come together, enjoy some corned beef and cabbage, and maybe even sip a pint of Guinness. Or one of my favorites is an Irish old fashioned. But beyond the parties, this day is a beautiful reminder of resilience, cultural pride, and unity. The Irish faced adversity and challenges, but maintained their traditions, shared their culture, and created a global community celebrating kindness, hospitality, and friendship. So today, for St. Patrick's Day, whether you're gathering with friends or family, or both, attending a parade, or just enjoying the day at home, take a moment to appreciate what this celebration really represents: unity, perseverance, and community spirit. And actually, let me know what you guys did for St. Patrick's Day. Some of you may not even be celebrating St. Patrick's Day, although I do believe everybody thinks they are Irish on St. Patrick's Day. So leave a note in the comments, send me a voicemail. Just go to Conversations with Rich Bennett. You'll be able to, .com, of course, conversationswithrichbennett.com. And you can find several different ways to leave me a message. So as always, keep spreading the power of positivity and enjoy your St. Patrick's Day. Sláinte. Thank you for listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something from it as I did. If you'd like to hear more conversations like this, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I'd love it if you could leave a review. It helps us reach more listeners and share more incredible stories. Don't forget to connect with us on social media or visit our website at conversationswithrichbennett.com for updates, giveaways, and more. Until next time, take care, be kind, and keep the conversations going.
Hey, Harford County. I'm Emily Adolph of The Soul Lift. You may remember me as a guest on Rich's podcast. Well, I'm back with something special.
And I'm Ona Crow. We're introducing Nourish and Connect, a gathering space designed to bring people together that feels authentic, supportive, and uplifting.
This is about real relationships, shared wisdom, and growth.
Our gatherings nourish with mindful experiences and reflective activities to leave you inspired.
And they're designed to connect with intentional conversations and welcoming community where you truly belong.
They're the second Wednesday of every month. Join us on April 9th at Doss Beer Hall in Bel Air from 5:30 to 7 p.m. to celebrate spring.
And mark your calendars for May 14th and June 11th. We have amazing experiences planned for summer.
Come as you are, and let's grow together.